Okay everyone, so now we are learning the .NET framework. So here in this lecture we will discuss that why the .NET is called a framework, why the .NET is not a language. So if we are saying that it is a language, that is totally wrong. So first of all we are understanding that what are the languages and how .NET work with that and what is the framework. So first of all, we know that there are multiple languages in the market, just like we are having C, C++, we are having the Visual Basic, then we are having Java, and then we are having ASP, which is Active Server Pages. So these are the multiple languages. Now these languages are self-independent. That means we can do the coding inside these languages. But .NET invited all these languages to merge with it. We know that .NET is a pure object-oriented language and it is having various features just like pure security, web development. So everything is there into the .NET. So .NET invited all the languages and with the .NET they become more powerful. So first of all, if we talk about the C, C++, so when this C, C++ was included with the .NET, then it becomes the C Sharp .NET. So we can say that this is the C Sharp .NET. So how it come? We know that when the C was there, afterward C was improved with the C++. Then again .NET again included more plus afterward. So these are again two more plus are applied. Now you can see that this plus plus is nothing but similar to the C sharp. So that's why it was invented with the C sharp. We are not having the C hash. This is the wrong term. We always has to say C sharp. So this hash symbol we say as the sharp. So with the C and C++, we are having the C sharp. So if you are knowing the C and C++ and if you want to work with the .NET, no problem. You select the C Sharp .NET, you can work with that. Now if we talk about the VB, then here in the VB we are having the advanced version which is included with the .NET, that is called the VB.NET. Visual Basic was the ancient language. There was a object based language. There was no as such security, no as such features. But when it mixed with the .NET, it became the VB.NET, which is more powerful, more secure, and everything is there. So now if we talk about the Java, then the Java become J#.NET. Although there is a competition between Java and .NET always, because Java is having that feature which .NET do not have, and that is the platform independent. If you talk about the Java, let's say you are developing any of the code or the game. Now that game can run anywhere. If you talk about the iOS or maybe you talk about the Solaris, Windows, any operating system, any hardware, it can work. That's why the Java is more into the market. But yeah, learning the Java and making the code is in the Java is tough if we compare to the .NET. So both our languages are having their own features. If we talk about the J Sharp .NET or the Java, so both are the competitors. Now the next we are having is the ASP. ASP stands for Active Server Pages, which were basically for the web development. So here the .NET included the ASP and it makes the ASP.NET. So whenever you are going for the web development, so we are having the ASP.NET. So these are all languages which are converted to the .NET and they become more powerful. So now .NET invited all the languages to work with it. That means if you talk about the languages, then yes, C Sharp is a language, VB.NET is a language, J Sharp.NET is a language, and ASP.NET is a language. Whenever we are talking about the complete name, and they all combine together and then become the .NET framework. So here we can see that the combination of all that is called the .NET framework. So here we have invented with the .NET framework. Now there are few things to understand. When somebody only say .NET, then we should understand that they are talking about the framework. Framework means there everybody can work. Now, who are everybody? All the languages. Now, what are those languages? If we talk about C Sharp .NET combinedly, then that is called the language. So talking about this C#.NET, VB.NET, J#.NET or ASP.NET, these are the languages inside the .NET framework. So if somebody asks you what is a .NET, .NET is a framework. .NET is not a language. And what are the languages inside the .NET framework? C#.NET, J#.NET, VB.NET, ASP.NET. So answer should be very much clear. So first thing we noted from here is that .NET is a framework. So if somebody say the .NET is a language, simply say no, .NET is not a language. Or if somebody say .NET is an operating system, simply say no, .NET is not an operating system. So what is .NET? .NET is a framework, simply. Now, what are the different languages which are supported by the .NET are? We know that there are multiple languages like C#.NET, VB.NET, J#.NET, ASP.NET. So there are multiple languages which are supported by the .NET. So now if we talk about the .NET framework, then the first thing about the .NET framework is that it is the platform neutral framework. Now, what is the meaning of platform neutral framework? Here, the platform we are talking about the languages. And platform neutral means language neutral framework. Means if we talk about the .NET, here we can work on the C#, VB.NET, J#.NET, ASP.NET. Means anywhere we can work. So .NET says that I am neutral to everybody. I am not just giving the priority to the Java, or maybe I'm giving to the priority to the VB. No. Anybody who is having the knowledge of any of the language can work with me. That's why the .NET says that I am the platform neutral. That means I am language neutral. Means any language can work with me. So this is the very first line about the .NET. Then if we talk about the .NET, it provides common set of class libraries for all the .NET programming languages. So common set of library. First of all, we should understand what is the library. We should know that if we talk about the C++, we are having the header files, just like if we are having like hash include conio.h, hash include stdio.h. So what are these header files? These header files are containing some of the classes. Let's say if you want to print something, let's say printf, scanf, or maybe cout, cin if we talk about the C++, then their definition is available into their header files. Now those header files are called libraries or the packages. So depending upon the language you select, the name is different. Let's say if you talk about C and C++, they are called the header files. If you talk about the Java, they call it as the package. If you talk about this .NET, they call it as the libraries. Now, the question can come in our mind. The libraries, means if we talk in the layman language, they are the header files. As we are working with the different programming languages here, so is it possible that their libraries will be different? No. .NET is having same set of libraries. So that's why it says that it provides common set of class libraries. That means the library is common. Either you are selecting C#, VB, J# or ASP, the same header file or the libraries are available, everybody can use. There is no independent type of thing because .NET work in this way that everybody can work together. That's why their library in the layman language we say is the header file. So that libraries are common for everybody. Everybody means all the languages. Next thing about the .NET framework is it is the layer between operating system and the programming languages. Now to understand this, let us take some example. We know that we are having the operating system. Whenever we install the OS, let's say the most popular OS we are having is the Windows, because most of the programmers prefer the Windows. But yeah, we can go for the Mac or any other operating system, Solaris, Ubuntu, or maybe Linux. So let's say any of the operating system we are having. Now on this operating system, we want to work on the programming language. So let's say we are having a programming language here. So this one is any programming language. Let's say we are taking the example of some language let's say C++. So that can example we can take. Now we know that to run this C++, we need something in between. Just like to run this, we know the turbo C. So here in between, what we want that there should be the something like turbo C. So this is the turbo C which we use, or maybe we are having the Dave C. Multiple compilers are available. Similarly, here the line says that the .NET is the layer between OS and the languages. So if we talk about this .NET, so here we are having the .NET, and what are the languages on which we can work? We know that the languages we are having is VB.NET or maybe C#.NET. So there are multiple languages we can work. So that means .NET is a layer between the programming languages and the operating system. Because the languages cannot run directly on the OS, they need some platform. They need some of the layer. Just like in the C++, we are having Turbo C. In the Java, we are having the JVM. Similarly, here we are having the .NET. So this way we can work. So now if we talk about the next thing about the .NET framework, then it provides the multi-language support. This is the same thing that we have learned. In the .NET, we are having multiple languages, just like C#, VB, J#, ASP. So there are multiple languages that can work together into the .NET. So that's why we can say that .NET provide multi-language support. Now, there is one more thing which is important about the .NET framework is it helps in creating applications by integrating different languages. Now to understand this, I am taking one example here. Let us suppose that we are going to make a big project. So let's say this is our big project and we are giving them the name as P. So P is our project. Now in this project, let's say we have to design a window. New window we are going to design. Now .NET allows us to integrate different languages. It is not like that I am going on the C# and I am only working with the C#. No. If I am working the code on the C#, I can also convert that code to the VB.NET or convert that to the J#, or even I can make one project that is the combination of different languages. Just like if I am having a big project, let's say the first part of the project I have done in the language 1. Now the second part maybe I have done in the language 2. Then the third part I am making in the language 3, and fourth part I am making in the language 4. It is not like that these are the 4 different modules. These 4 modules I can merge together and make a project. That means a single project can be designed with the help of different languages. Let's say I am going to design a window. I am asking a Java developer to design the start menu. Or maybe I am saying VB developer to design the clock. So this way the different parts are designed by the different people and they can be merged together. That's why it is saying it helps in creating application. So any application means it can be Windows application which work on the Windows, or maybe web application which work on the websites, or maybe the console application. Console application means just like we are having C++ where we write the commands, no GUI. So those console applications, that applications can work by integrating the different languages, means using the different languages we can work. So these are the main features of the .NET. So that is all about the .NET framework.